Let's talk about the subtle and, let's be honest, sometimes really frustrating communication gap between us and the AIs we talk to every day. It's this disconnect that, as we're about to see, goes way deeper than just the words we happen to be using. You know that feeling, right? Where you ask your AI for something, you think you're being totally clear, but what it comes back with is so off the mark, it feels like you're not just on different pages, you're in completely different books. Like, say you ask for a good movie, but what you actually mean is that perfect kind of cheesy, over-the-top flick that's so bad it's amazing. To an AI, good usually just means, critically acclaimed or highly rated. It completely misses the shared cultural joke, the nuance behind our words. And that right there is the heart of the problem we're going to unpack. So why does this keep happening? Well, it's because we are, for all intents and purposes, speaking different languages. We're using the same vocabulary, sure, but the meaning we attach to those words is coming from two totally different places. This breaks down the core conflict so well. For us, meaning is flexible, it's fluid. It changes depending on who we're talking to and what's going on around us. But for an AI, meaning is fixed, it's data-driven, pulled from a giant static library. And that's why context, which is everything for us, is such a huge challenge for it. Okay, so to really get to the bottom of this, we need to talk about one key concept that researchers are focusing on, and that's the idea of a symbol. And when we say symbol, we're not just talking about a picture or an icon. It's anything that stands for a bigger idea. The word good, a thumbs up, even a red traffic light. Those are all symbols. And here's the key. Their meaning isn't built in. We as a society decide what they mean, and we're constantly reinforcing that through how we interact with each other. This is a perfect way to visualize it. For us, a symbol like good is like this big, flexible container. We can pour all sorts of meanings into it depending on the situation. For an AI, though, that same symbol is more like a rigid box with one single predefined definition rattling around inside. So, how does this actually play out in a conversation? Well, a really fascinating study from the University of California, Santa Cruz, decided to put this whole idea to the test. The setup was pretty simple. A person had to work with an AI to plan a good activity for a friend who was visiting San Francisco. Sounds like an everyday task, right? But the real goal was to see how they would negotiate the meaning of that one simple word, good. So the AI kicks things off by trying to nail down the meaning. It actually suggests, hey, for this specific plan, let's make the symbol good mean thrilling. It's trying to create a fixed definition to work from, which is exactly the kind of logical move you'd expect an AI to make. But then the AI does something really clever. It throws a social curveball into the mix. It says it found the friend's social media and saw they're a huge baking fan. There's a famous sourdough class available, but, and here's the twist, it points out, it's not a thrilling activity. This creates this amazing tension between their agreed-upon definition and this new piece of social reality. And just look at these results. It's incredible. Out of the 15 people who started out agreeing that good equals thrilling, a whopping 12 of them did a complete 180 and chose the baking class once they got that social clue. This is hard data that shows, for us humans, social context isn't just important, it can completely rewrite the rules of the game in real time. The meaning of good was literally rebuilt on the fly. So what's actually going on here? This isn't just random. There's a really powerful theory that explains exactly why that shift happened. It's called symbolic interactionism. I know, it's a bit of a mouthful, but the idea behind it is actually pretty simple. It basically says that our entire reality, our society, everything, it's all built from the ground up, through the meanings we create together when we talk to each other. This whole theory really boils down to three core rules. First, we act based on what things mean to us. Simple. You see your friend as a baker, so you suggest a baking class. Second, those meanings aren't just floating out there in the world. A baker is just a building until we, through social interaction, give it meaning, like a thoughtful plan for a friend. And third, and this is the big one, we are always, constantly negotiating and changing these meanings with each other. So the bottom line is this. Meaning isn't some static fact out there waiting for us to discover it. It's a living, breathing thing. It's a dynamic, collaborative process. It is something we actively build with the people, and now the AIs, that we talk to. Okay, so what in the world does all this mean for the future of AI? Well, this gets us to our final section, thinking of the AI as a partner. Because if meaning is a team sport, AI needs to learn how to be a much better teammate. This research really points to a whole new roadmap. Instead of designing AIs that just react to our commands, we need to build them to be active partners in creating meaning with us. That means teaching them to bring in social context, just like in the experiment. It means learning to see a misunderstanding not as a failure, but as a chance to get on the same page. It's all about designing for a real back and forth, not just a one-and-done command. I absolutely love this quote from the paper. It just completely flips the script on how we think about those moments of frustration. When an AI gets it wrong, it's not a bug, it's an opportunity. It's the starting point where real communication and a much deeper kind of understanding can actually begin. And that leaves us with this one really fascinating final thought. For all of human history, we've built our understanding of the world with other humans. Now, for the very first time, we're starting to build it with a non-human partner. So the real question isn't just whether AI will ever truly understand us, but what new kinds of understanding, what new kinds of meaning we are all going to create together.